My shield, I think, is a skateboard. I don't quite know how to use it as a skateboard, or if that's... I mean, I'm assuming that's possible somehow. I just don't know how I do that. Maybe I need to be in a special place to get it to work. Maybe I need a rail. I don't know. Okay, we're trying to find the tower. Oh, there's the tower for this area. Hold ZL and jump. See, I'm not actually skating though. That's what makes me think I need to be on like a thing. That's what it makes me think it's contextual. Yeah, Dorian, like a half pipe or a rail or something that I can grind on maybe. Looks like it'll be cool. We're gonna go up this hill and uncover this. I've almost got the top map uncovered, and I'm pretty proud of that. Yep, I'm on the Switch. Of course, I'm always on the appropriate console for the appropriate game. Legally. Playing everything. Above the board. Is there a tree fucking chasing me? Yes, there is. Above the board, in the pocket, whatever you want to say. I'm that. It's that. Oh wow, I'm almost to the tower already with that jump. That was useful. Look how bright it is. What's going on here? It's like beaming bright at 7 a.m. in the morning. I know, I replaced the pokey. Several people have commented on the lack of the pokey link emote. It is like really bright out here. What the fuck is this about? I'm gonna mark that, because that looks interesting. How do I get up here? What is happening? There's a little, like, rock thing chasing me. There we go. Thank you, Bup. That's the one. Let's go! Woo! Now we're talking. That was very neat. Incredibly neat. Thank you, comrade, for looking that up. Okay, I saw a thing fall. I want to see if I can make it go backwards in time. Yeah, that thing. Right here. Look, check this out. Maybe I can get up there using this. Damn. Now with this, I can get... There we go. And that is how you do the things. Oh yeah. Another tower done. Oh my god, we just got the I think we just get like 1 or 2 regions left. We started from the bottom, now we're here. Yeah. Exactly. Many are saying this in my chat right now. Watch how high we're about to get. Almost as high as I got before playing this. But what is this? Look at this. How are we not gonna visit whatever the hell that is? Wow. Surface map updated. There, that's a large chunk. Almost as high as Elon Musk, yep. It's criminal that Elon Musk is higher than me, I gotta say. Had a little disagreement with my Norwegian friend about proletarian dictatorship of China. While talking about revisionism, I said at least China, Vietnam, Laos have proletarian dictatorship, and he disagreed. And saying it had joint class democracy. Mao talked about his new democracy, and so Chinese flag represents that too. I said, how could it mean there is no proletarian dictatorship? It's mass dictatorship, so it's mass democracy. Yeah, no, you are. I agree with your point. I actually went into a friend of ours on the left stream the other day, and I tuned into pretty much hearing them say essentially the same thing. For the usual reasons, you know, China has an ambassador in Israel, or still does economic trade. And it's like, okay, but that doesn't, like... That doesn't discredit China's other efforts, you know. And whenever we talk about that equation, the thing that's left out is the fact that China is a victim of U.S. imperialism. And so the reason it participates in U.S. imperialism the way that it does, and to normalize relations, is not only to improve its own relationship and be able to build connections, but being able to build, like, international connections that all countries can benefit from and use to get out from under imperialism. In, like, a tangible way that a lot of other countries in the world, other than socialist countries, aren't doing. So, yeah, fuck people who do that. And, like, all you do is feed into, like, anti-China rhetoric for what? What have you accomplished? I hate the critical, the people who are, the critical left people who are like, we gotta find things to criticize, and then we gotta criticize them. It's weird. These people spent, like, when I tuned in the other day, like, they spent, like, an hour just talking about all the different socialist governments and the things about them that they criticize. It's like, it seems so strange. Because, like, anytime, because the thing about it too, the whole time you're criticizing it, you're leaving out the role that, like, the external factor plays in that. And that, I'm not saying that everything is objectively good, or that there's no problems and no mistakes and no crimes made by socialist countries. But the problem with, like, criticizing it like that and putting all of the and just, like, framing it in a certain way for, like, an audience that you're trying to teach is, like, you're leaving out the factor that, like, Western imperialism plays in actually informing those decisions to do those things in the first place. And then you're, like, you're doing a serious disservice to a materialist analysis. And then a lot of times you end up focusing on like just this or that leader or this or that politician. When what you need to focus on is like the material analysis that led to the situation. And when you're talking about China and these socialist countries, you're talking about a development and struggle against US imperialism. I think we should be building class solidarity with socialist countries. And that doesn't mean that I think that they're a utopia or that I think anyone else should think that they're like a workers' utopia. But I think that you're focusing on the wrong thing if like your education on those countries is an hour of your stream is talking about all of the things that you criticize about them. How accurate are all of these criticisms, or what is distorted by media or reports or anecdotes that you're hearing? You know, like you have to always be wary of that. And that's again not even considering the contextual what has imperialism done to force a country into a certain position, like trading with countries that it might not want to. Anyway, that's me rambling about that. I'm glad I see lots of comrades in chat agreeing. It just irks me, you know? It's like, it feels like you're putting your energy in the wrong direction. Yeah, and you can acknowledge that. I mean, the thing I think is important is to acknowledge that there are problems and there are contradictions, right? But those contradictions and I would say like what's important for us in what we support is two things. First of all, what direction the country is headed, not like what contradictions and not problems they're trying to solve, right? That oftentimes is the result of US imperialist meddling to begin with, but that we should judge the country on where it was and where it's going. And perhaps the other thing that we should judge it on is whether it opposes US imperialism or not. And if it is in that camp of strictly opposing US imperialism, then it is your duty to do whatever you can to humanize and fight back against imperialist propaganda. Yeah, all those things you mentioned are strategic formations, temporary. Yeah, they contain contradictions. They understand that as much as anybody, but they're in a place as strategic necessity in order to defend the revolution. This is the means, the means is not the end. Exactly, Dave. And here's the other thing that's important to understand too. Like, because most people, when they think about China or whatever, or even any other government, they think in an individualist way. They think about governments as the individual personalities, the leaders, the Xi Jinping, the Mao Zedong, you know, which, sure, again, those leaders play an important role in being able to correctly reflect the demands of the masses and raise their enthusiasm. But that's the key thing, is that they're reflecting the demands of the masses, right? So and even in countries where, like, governments aren't trying to reflect the will of the masses, they still kind of have to go with public opinion. And so even in, like, capitalist country, the masses have an enormous effect on, like, what the propaganda has to try and say. The way the propaganda has to try and spin things, right? And the way that subversive elements of the imperialist state have to work to undermine socialism and to discredit socialism. And like, it's our duty, I think, to combat exactly that propaganda and that type of undermining. When somebody comes to you and says about those contradictions, like, we can say, yes, those are bad contradictions that they're well aware of, but have you considered this contextual thing that has led to this situation, or to why that they are cooperating in this way in a global imperialism market dominated by US imperialism. And another important thing to mention in what I was talking about with the governments is that China and any Marxist Leninist government can't just dictate the laws, right? The economic laws, the political laws, they can't just come out of thin air. They have to come from like where the country was before, where they're at now, and the policies are reflective of the people. And in a socialist society, the socialist society has even less an ability to dictate things on the people, because the Socialist Party and the socialist government has to rely solely on their support, whereas the capitalist government relies on the monetary support, the donations of the capitalist class, and then the tacit, passive support of the imperialists. The passive support of the masses, right? Whether it's like begrudging or whatever. So without that ability to like bribe and stuff that the capitalist class, that the capitalist state has, socialism is more vulnerable to making incorrect policies like that and going against trends of the masses. Which is why it's very important that socialist policy in DPRK and China, wherever, is very correct at reflecting the demands of the masses. And when it incorrectly does that, it risks the entire revolution. And in any society that is coming out of capitalism, is fighting against imperialism, is fighting against former occupation and stuff, yeah, there's going to be all kinds of reactionary trends. Many of those trends planted there by imperialism to cause instability, purposefully. And those countries, that party, the Communist Party of China or Korea, they're trying to overcome those contradictions, and it's a serious struggle. And the party is many times aware of most of those contradictions. But it's a matter of educating the people and raising them to the level of revolutionaries, thus having them overcome those contradictions themselves. That's how you change laws in socialist governments, right? In socialist society. It's not... I know the cartoonish way to depict it is the party sets everything in cartoons, but that's exactly the type of thing we have to combat, is that narrative. The party doesn't set everything. The people in socialist society especially sets all the laws, all the policies. The party merely tries to educate them and uplift them to the level of the vanguard. And the more successful, then the more along the path of doing that they are, the more the laws, are more what you would expect to reflect coming from the party itself. And that's why the ACP strategy, the Midwestern Marx, the MAGA communist strategy, is incorrect. It's not about raising the position of the masses, identifying both all the reactionary trends and all the progressive trends, and understanding then how to meet the masses where they are. No, it's not about that at all. It's about tailing the most reactionary elements, even insulting other elements of the masses at the same time, instead of trying to uplift all elements of the masses to the level of the revolutionaries, which is the goal. You meet the masses where they're at in order to uplift them, not to simply tail their reactionary ideas as a way to foster this type of fake populism. And all populism is right populism. When you have left populism, it's revolution. That's not left populism, that's just revolution. Populism only exists to foster a false sense of unity behind something that is not, like, actually class-based. Not actually based on a revolutionary understanding of class. Yeah, well, the problem is here, of course, comrades. I see in the chat saying so many problems with the left here, of course, because that's the Western left, you know? That's the whole thing about that moniker. Western Marxism. More rightfully called Western anti-Marxism. Many of them take, like, but it doesn't have to be. Like, ACP is a good example of something that exists outside of the classic example of using, like, the French school of philosophy and taking this bit from this French philosopher, this bit from that French philosopher, and saying, I'm using this to improve Marxism. That's the way that, like, social democrats have traditionally done it. The ACP is almost just like a new variety of this. That instead of using, like, those social democrat philosophers, oh, well, now it's just using Dugin or some American fucking, you know, half-ass, half-baked fucking quote-unquote revolutionary instead from the CPC or something. You see what I'm saying? It's like two versions of the same trend. Two flavors of the same trend. Both, of course, being revisionism and opportunism. Because in both cases, what they're doing is making revolution, again, whether it's wittingly or unwittingly, more palpable to imperialism. Valkyrie, welcome in. So great to see you. Western leftists have always been fond of union busting. Oh my goodness. And I mean, you know, Sapatra, some of the reason for that we have to understand too, right, is, of course, in the way you put on TV shows in the US, especially sitcoms, I feel like. You're all kinds of just anti, like, worker rhetoric in it, right? Oh, I'm so glad to hear you're feeling better, comrade. All kinds of anti-worker rhetoric. Even, like, storylines where, like, people are, like, questioning about, like, a big deal about, like, being with a garbage man or something like this, right? Like, just unimaginably cursed fucking shit. That's, like, the most anti-working class shit you'd ever see. Yeah, absolutely, Dorian. Absolutely. I mean, that's why I say it's opportunism, right? Opportunism always seeks to essentially just, like, repackage actually Marxist and revolutionary ideas and make it, like, palpable to imperialism. Emasculate its revolutionary essence, right? And, like, of course, the way that you do that in a capitalist society is by adhering to the status quo. So, of course, you cannot help but being some version of either supporting the Democrats or supporting the Republicans, essentially. Or supporting those two, like, ideological bourgeois trends that are, in the main, only being a more, like, radical version of it. With the ACP, you have, like, them tailing reactionary elements and MAGA communism. Donald Trump, even specifically in some cases. And then, with the other type, the Demsock types, you know, they tail the Bernie Sanders types. In a very similar way, almost. Where they're like, for us to get to communism, we have to build, like, commonality with Bernie Sanders, and then that'll get us to socialism. Bernie will get us there. People need to learn the problem with social democracy again for the fucking 100th time in 100 years. For some reason. I don't understand. Look at this mess I'm doing. The best sitcom is the one where that Marine brings back his Iraqi interpreter to the US. Oh my god. There's so many cursed parts, the sitcoms, it's ridiculous. It's one of the reasons why I enjoy watching them on stream. You just never know. You never know. This doesn't look like it's gonna work, does it? Looks like it's gonna be a disaster for everyone involved. Nope. Yep. Yep. That's about what I expected there. Okay. Okay, wait. Wait a sec though. What if... Okay, I'm gonna put it like this so I can build it like while I'm looking at it. I thought that was gonna be epic too. Maybe if I do it here, that'll make it more straight, yeah? I'm still convinced of this strategy that I'm using. See, this one gets all like, no. The problem is that this one gets all like weird. I need this one to stop looking like a goon and going like that. Look. What? It like, it wants to go forward. Impossible. It's impossible to put this other one on straight. Reactionary communists in the US are doing the same thing the Democratic Party is doing, with attempting to appeal to the most reactionary elements, and it doesn't seem to be working out so great. Nor will it. It's the thing, you can't actually build a revolution with that, because I mean, you're using the same strategy as the bourgeoisie, aren't you? Maybe here. No. See, it just does not. What is your deal, Paul? Okay, oh, hear me out. What if we do it on the pole? Yeah, the poles. The poles. Let's do the poles. Let's go to the poles, baby. Because then I can kind of tell better, maybe. What's going on here? Look at that. Now we're talking. It was just a matter of that. It was a matter of that. Look. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's all it was. That was the problem. Okay, now we'll get this out. Okay, now what are we doing here? Getting over there now. With the ball. The ball needs to get over there. Okay, we got this. Well, surely we can just build like a thing, right? Like this, look. What if? And then... Wait. Maybe I can just like make a box, like so. And then I'll weld this to the top of it. And then I send this down here. No. Okay, no! Okay, right, wait. Wait is the thing, that's a problem. There's all these other pieces too. There's a treasure up there, okay. Right, weight is a problem. I forgot about the weight. Maybe I could just make it hang like this. And then wait. Hold on. Hang on like that. Let that hang like that. I don't know. Wait. What if I just went like this? I'm just curious about that. I just want to see something. Oh yeah, but now I couldn't slide it. Get it on. If I could get it on and then attach this on. Like, oh no, look, there it goes. There. See ya. Go. Comrades. I think that, look at that. That's minimalist thinking right there. Yeah, that was a galaxy brain solve. Like, I could build some elaborate contraption, or I could just do this thing. This will always fall because, yeah, the weight, obviously. There is no glitches. Oh god! There is no glitches, only death. No, there was like a little gap. There was a little gap that let it get through. Okay, so... we don't want to do that. Make it like this instead. And then... give me these panels. This one. I'm making a thing. Oh no, that one's off a bit. Can't have that. Look at this contraption I built. You can't go wrong with whatever this is. Oh, now, will this help me somehow? Is this helpful to me? Oh, okay, yeah, now if I could just get over to it. Where this is gonna come in. Nope. Alright, well, you know what? I don't even want to be honest, that treasure's not all that important to me anyway. Oh god. Oh god. I did not glide early enough at all. That was a fail on my part. I can admit that. Look at this. We did it. First try. First try, chat. Jonathan Ross, welcome in. Great to see you. I hope you're doing well. We're just playing some Zelda, Princess Zorlda. Princess Zorlda crying in the kingdom because it's her birthday. And she's gonna cry if she wants to. Cry if she wants to. We're exploring the land of Hyrule. And then we're gonna play, then we're gonna watch Hercules. Hercules! With special appearance by Xena while Larry gets high. And then we're gonna play classic Zelda. With a twist though. After this, we're gonna play Zelda Link to the Past, but randomized, and we're gonna be Clippy. So it's effectively Clippy's adventure in Hyrule. Welcome in, comrade. What is this gap here? This is extremely terrifying. Oh, you're in the right place. We get to Kevin Sorbo. I gotta be honest, you know, I dislike Kevin Sorbo as much as the next person, but He works as that character, and that show is goddamn entertaining to watch. Yeah, comrade in chat saying that Mario and Zelda games are my favorite. You were in the right stream, comrade. Zelda is my favorite. Mario's a close second behind it. Specifically, Link to the Past is my favorite game of all time. Which is why I am excited after Hercules we're gonna play that. But a randomized version. We're on Clippy. And all the bosses and enemies are randomized. Oh, and every Monday we play through the Mario series. We're on Mario Sunshine right now. I beat all the other ones on stream up until now. Oh, look, above me. Okay, now... There's nowhere else I see that I can easily use that power. I could get up to that and stand on that piece, maybe. I actually can raise my stamina. I got enough stuff. There we go. Gave me a little reprieve where I could run. Chatter says, I have so many Animal Crossing characters calling me Dongmu, and I giggle every time. That is amazing. I wish I had Animal Crossing characters calling me Dongmu. I think I can make it to this ledge. We're trying to get up to this thing up here. The glyph. And there is also Dongji, which is, I think, a more senior comrade that you respect. Okay, I think it's further up, right? Well, wait, it's on my map. Yeah, it's pinned right there. Okay. What are these goblin things doing here? You want a piece of me? Let's bomb them. Oh no, I got no bombs left, I don't think. No bombs. Wait, yep. Bomb. Time bomb. Can I do that? Nice. Beautiful. Perfect. That couldn't have gone better. Not bong. Although, that would have been nice. That could have been funny in a different way. Shoot a bong at them and they get too high to fight me. You're like, ooh, what's this? I've smoking some of that fucking high roll herb in the bong. Some of that Hyrule herb, baby. Yo, Phil, what is this we're smoking? I'm seeing triangles everywhere. This is Hyrule herb, man. Yikes. What the fuck is this thing using? One of them's always got something that burns me. What's up with that? You think they could, like, not burn me for once? I really need to put things into hearts, but I refuse yet. I'm not ready for the hearts yet. I don't want to put it into hearts yet. I'm sending another time bomb at these fuckers. There, how do you like that? Take that. Can I shoot a cannon arrow at you? Ooh. Hello. What else do we got? Shock emitter. Here we go. I bet this will be good. Damn, I missed. Uh-oh, here comes the one with the thing. Here we go. Got him. Oh, I can't carry it because I'm full of stuff. Do I have anything that's dying? This is about to die. I'll use this on him and then it'll die. And then I can use this on him. Like this. There, now I burned him. Now who's doing the burning? I think it's me. Zelda. Prince Zelda. Oh, and I got my own flame emitter now. Look, I can... Pretty cool. Wait, do I have a blank shield? Oh, yes, look. Now I can do this. And I can go like this. Wait, this. Here. And now I have another toy. I'll go like this. Now I can light people on fire by blocking. Won't that be fun for them? I'll still use my skateboard one for now though, right. It doesn't skateboard so good uphill, go figure. Okay, here's the thing I'm looking for though. This giant petroglyph thing. Geoglyph, they call it. Okay, the best way, if I have I probably don't have a rocket, do I? Oh, but I got 2 fans and a stick. It's gonna be worth it for this. 2 fans and a stick. That's all you need. With the patented Larry. But also I saw this, I saw many other people building this. But still, the Larry patented hover bike. Let's go. Y'all watch me build this the other time. Actually, it took a few tries to build this. Oh! Oh! Oh no. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt your campfire or anything. That's not my intention. I just want to hover bike go to here. The first one I built had some problems. Took some engineering, trial and error, let's say, to get this working. Oh, and look, there's what I'm looking for right there. Beautiful. parking job and everything. And now, we can see the next out-of-scene order and be utterly confused until we find them all and can finally see this whole movie in order that it's showing us. But I digress.
As I thought. This is not the world I know. A time so far back in the past, it's become legend. So it's true. This is really the era of Hyrule's founding?
She said the thing. Legend?
Your presence here is just as strange to us, Zelda. But if you, like Sonia, have a secret stone and are able to manipulate time, then your story makes sense.
Oh? I believed her right away. You needed the secret stone as proof, Rauru? I can feel your light power within her, as well as my time power. Additionally, I sense that we share a blood connection.
I see. In any case, Zelda, you had said that you needed to return to your era as soon as you possibly could.
Yes. In my time, something terrible is happening. I need to get back there. But how do I do that? I don't even know how I got here in the first place.
Now, Zelda dear, you don't need to solve your problems all at once. Why not come back with us to the castle,
No,
We'll tell everyone that you're a distant relative of ours. It is true, after all. We'll get you fresh clothes, too. I'm sure an answer will come to you. Wisdom takes time.
I don't know what to say.
I wonder. Minoru, she may have some idea of how to get you back to your era.
Minoru, you said?
Yes. She knows far more than anyone about our people. And like us, my older sister has a secret stone. We'll call on her.
I see chatter saying the voice acting goes hard in this. Yeah, it does. Look, there's one scene we've seen so far that really stood out to me. Obviously, we're seeing this like all out of order because I'm just finding these damn geoglyphs as we're looking for towers. I'm sure the game like intended me to find these as I was looking for these regional phenomenon. So I'm sure I'm seeing them even more out of order than I'm intended to. But there's been some real interesting ones, like this one right here. This one's quite short, but it's fucking cool. Where is it? The one where he attacks. Right here. Gerudo with salt. Yeah, look at this one, chat. This one's awesome.
Hyrule will bow down before me.
we thought! It's a swarm!
There are so many of them. But why would they... That blast wiped out all the Molduga!
How is that possible?
So brute force will not be enough. The secret stone of the Zonai. How interesting.
Yeah, the cutscenes are extremely well done. I gotta give them that, for sure. Alright. Last thing we'll do is go and upgrade our shit. And then we'll watch Hercules. Look, we only got 3 regions left to unlock. We've done damn good, chat. Damn good. We got 1 tower here to find, 1 tower here to find, and 1 tower here. And then Larry will finally have the overworld map unlocked. And then it'll at least feel better enough, good enough, to be able to do, to be able to start do the regional phenomenon part. I wonder if I have enough battery to fly over this chasm. Let's find out. Ow! That hurt my butt. Really bad. Just curious to know how much battery power I got now. What was that? Beautiful. My bike can go places. And then if you go like this, you just sort of like... See? As long as you land on the thing, you won't actually get hurt, which is great. Fantastic mode of transportation. Now we're Now we're down here. And luckily, we landed right near one of these, well, not luckily, because we did the shrine right above this, so I knew this would be down here. Next time we play, we'll explore some more under here, maybe. Uncover the last above ground thing, and then we'll start doing the regional phenomenon quests. As well as look an eye out for the rest of those glyphs. Yeah, you're right. And the world, like, even though they're reusing the old world, I quite enjoy, like, this underground area. Exploring what was already there, but in new ways, using the new abilities that you got. It's kind of cool. I gotta say, I'm enjoying this. This is quite good. It's even better having all yous in chat watching, and everybody on YouTube watching the videos makes it even better as well, I will say. Look, we even lit up a little bit now. What's around us here? Oh, another light route over there. Here's a picnicker person. It's wild under here. If we look above, oh, okay. If we look above, we can kind of know where, like, shrines or where light route are gonna be. The inverse of that is when we find light route under here, we can figure out where shrines above are. But yeah, that's our, we'll call that our round of Zelda for today. Pretty successful. All in all, uncovered another area, saw another cutscene. Next time we play, we'll explore a little more down here. Maybe try and get some more of that precious ore and upgrade our battery even further. Oh, you know what though? Before I do that, I'm gonna forget if I don't do it right now. Right before we sign off. I'll remember to come back down here, don't worry. Because something just occurred to me. I have like 5 or maybe even 6 of those things to spend. You know, when I turn it on next time, I'll just start adventuring and not even think about them. Yeah, I have 6 soul things to spend. So let's upgrade our thing and then we'll end it. I'm going for stamina again. I want to fill up that whole... I want to get a whole nother wheel of stamina. And then I'll start going for hearts. Give me a stamina vessel. Yes, please. There we go. And actually, this way, next time we play, we can cook before we go. Well, cook up some good mushrooms and you'll feel much less gloomy. I know that's the way I am. I'll save it here. So next time we play, I will remember to cook us up some meals. Look at this. Look at this horn that I got. Wait a sec. Cool. Look at the thing I made. Hell yeah. Oh, we might need to go hunting for some meat first, you know? Okay, next time we play, we can cook up some mushroom and some apple-based meals. But then we'll have to go hunting. I'm gonna say thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Hit the like button on the video if you enjoyed this. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more. Come see me on Kick if you want to see the sauce get made live. Salute.